What are some facts that might save your life one day? You are more likely to be found if you tell someone where you're going and when you expect to return. If someone is so overheated that they are not sweating anymore, they need salt. Any salt. Get some chips and rub it on their tongue if they don't want to eat it because they are disoriented. Also, never go to the second location with someone trying to abduct you. As in, don't comply if they say something like come with me quietly and you live or put up a fight and I'll shoot. If they are trying to take you somewhere, do not comply. Fight like a mofo to get away. If they want to take you to another location, it's because they don't want to do whatever terrible thing they want to do to you there. They want to do it at the location they are taking you to. Fighting isn't what's going to make them kill you or rape you right there. Going to the places. ETA, if you need to pepper spray someone attacking you, pepper spray the face. Wait for them to scream. Pepper spray them in the mouth. And, if a man, kick them in the balls or the taco and then run. Almost no one will be able to give chase when they can't see, can't breathe, and are in immense pain. All the technology that 911 has, the address lookup and phone pings and cell tower triangulation, does not make it easy for them to find you. It makes it possible in ideal circumstances. Know where you are and how to articulate it. If your so hits you one time, consider yourself physically abused and start acting accordingly. Lightning, if you get caught in a thunderstorm in an open area and you can't reach shelter or a car, seek lower ground immediately. Then go on the ground in a squat position. Feet together as close as possible, with only your feet touching the ground. Do not lay down. The current will take a path from your head through your heart to your feet if you lay down. Cover your ears to avoid ear damage from the boom. Also, don't seek shelter under single trees. If the same car drives by you twice, run. Find a store or a family out walking. They might just be lost. But don't take chances. If you're performing CPR, do the chest compressions to the beat of Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. Never run with a knife in your hand. No matter which direction the sharp side is pointing at. All it takes is a hole in the ground or a slippery floor and the damage you can cause is limitless. Know how to use a can opener. Apparently. Hot dogs are the #1 baby killers out there, so cut those wieners up very thin. Always identify exits whenever you are in a new place. You never know when / if it will come in handy. Never, ever fight if you don't have to. Best option is to run 90% of the time. If you can't run, fight as dirty as possible. Gouge eyes. Yank a screwed. Twisty a tit. Try and use anything as a weapon if you seriously feel a danger to your life. Hot coffee. Keys. Random kid's ice cream cone. Anything. Worry about the laws later. With that said, avoid fighting on hard surfaces like a road or tile. Knocking someone out and having them fall on their head will either kill them or give them some serious brain damage. Another thing, since I mentioned the law, don't fucking give warning shots. And do not shoot someone running. There are almost zero reasons to shoot someone who's running. If stranded at sea, and you have a constant source of fresh water, you can add a small amount of sea water. This will replace any lost electrolytes from sweating. Also, IIRC Leigh-Stroud showed a method of getting small amounts of purified water by putting salt water in a baggie of raisins. Also, don't listen to people who say you can filter salt water by letting it drip off a handkerchief. I don't know why I see that a lot, but I do. Never, ever eat anything wild plants of fungus you are unsure of, even if you read about it. The best way to learn is from an expert who can go out into the field and show you. However, there are some obvious wild edibles that do not have any toxic lookalikes. For example, yellowwood sorrel. They look like clovers, but with 3 heart-shaped leaves and yellow flowers with 5 flat petals growing with them. It tastes kinda like sweet tarts. Carry at least 3 methods of fire making when you go camping or hiking. I usually go for a lighter, a bunch of waterproof matches, and a fire striker. I also carry a candle, pine resin, and Vaseline-soaked cotton balls. Food is the last thing you should worry about when surviving in the wilderness. Always get shelter/fire. Then water. Then food. I believe it's 3 minutes without air. 3 hours to exposure. 3 days without water, depends on the environment, and 3 weeks without food till you die. Poison control is a free service. Don't hesitate to call if you think you're in trouble. If you feel like someone is following you on a street, make a phone call, or if you have to fake a phone call, to someone. State clearly and loudly where you are and that you expect to be back soon. And stay on the phone. Honestly think this saved my friend and I's ass once. If you are really intoxicated, make sure to fall asleep on your side or stomach. Do the same for a friend you see passed out on their back. If someone tries to abduct you, fight back. Do not let them take you to the secondary crime scene. If you're in a forest and don't hear any noises such as birds or any other wildlife, but you know you should be hearing them, get the fuck out. Don't drink the water from a saguaro cactus if you're stranded in the desert. ITLL kill yat. If you're drunk/see someone drunk sleeping on their back, change it to their/your side or stomach. You/they might choke on your/their vomit or something and die. A good example of that is that the only reason Jimi Hendrix died was because he had sleeping pills and alcohol and choked on his vomit while sleeping. Bubbles up. If ever underwater via accident, your bubbles will go to the source of air. When someone is having a seizure, turn them on their side so they have a lower chance of a SPI rating. In an avalanche, mudslide, disoriented and don't know which way is up, just spit or drool. Gravity will do the rest and you can travel in the opposite direction toward the top. Teach your kids that if an adult they don't know asks them for help, do not go with them or help them. Responsible adults ask other adults for help. Trust your feeling. If you feel that something is not right, do not do it. Don't turn away and run from a predator. I don't really remember which predator though, so if anyone knows please tell me. Instead, look at it and back away slowly and calmly. All the way home, or until you have shelter. If you're at a coast and the sea starts to go back really quickly, you fucking run. Encourage people around you to run and find high ground. Don't wait for any idiot who ignores you. It's likely there is about to be a tsunami. Crime statistics exist. Avoid places with high crime. How to give yourself the Heimlich maneuver. Don't assume someone nearby will know it, or that you won't be by yourself if you're choking. It's quite simple to do. Back of a chair. Edge of a counter. There's plenty of good ways. On that same note, have your partner/spouse/child, anyone who is around you the most, learn it too. You can practice it gently on each other. I've used it once IRL and it works. If a fire alarm goes off, don't look around and wait to see what others do. Don't assume it's a false alarm. Don't discuss it or look for further information from anyone. Get out as quickly and orderly as possible. Encounter of a bear. And #X200B. If it's brown, stay down. Lay flat on your back and place your hands on the back of your neck. It may sniff you, but it will walk away eventually. If it's black, fight back. Make loud noises by slamming two loud objects together. Make yourself big and wide, it will be scared away. If it's white, say good night. Try removing a garment of clothing. But other than that you're probably dead. Don't drink alcohol on antidepressants and similar medications. With such a high percentage of the population on some type of antidepressant, anti-anxiety, etc., it's a wonder why doctors aren't more thorough about how important it is to abstain from alcohol, or at the very least be highly conservative when deciding to drink. If you get lost in the woods and there is a stream nearby, follow it the way it's moving. Activated charcoal can bind to toxins, but it can also bind to medicine. It can both mildly help with overdoses or hinder much needed medication. Stop. Drop. Roll. If you're in immediate danger and an option is to run, then run. Life's not a movie. If a situation looks sketchy, get out of it. Trust your gut. In a attempted kidnapping, never go to the secondary location. Fight for life when they try this, because otherwise you'll most likely die. There are no rules in a real fight. Be careful and efficient. Aim for eyes, genitals, whatever. The only effective defense against a knife is running. Most handguns get useless after around 20 m because of lacking precision/instability. Know how to safely operate a gun even if you don't have access to one for emergency situations. Fight a black bear/be intimidating. Play dead if it's a grizzly. Don't eat any mushrooms you find if they aren't checked by an expert. If you see an explosion, open your mouth and exhale and get to the ground before the impact wave hits you. If you have taken any illegal substances, be honest about it to emergency services. They won't arrest you. And won't kill you through a wrong dosage in combination with the drugs you took. I hope most of y'all never need these tips. But some of them helped me already. If you're home alone and choking, use the back of a chair to give yourself the Heimlich. If you are confronted by a bear, remember the following. If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, say good night. Live only with one law. Murphy's Law. Whatever you can possibly think can go wrong, it will. Use it in life. Bus Ines. Everywhere, and then be prepared for it. Do not turn your back on predator animals if you encounter them in the wild. Maintain visual line of sight and back away. They are significantly less likely to attack you from the front than from behind. If your vomit looks like coffee grounds, you have internal bleeding and need to go to the hospital ASAP. Thanks for watching.